Dogelon Mars is starting to wake up, much like I predicted, by the way. But even besides that point, I still think that this is somewhat a taste of just what's to come in the future, because a $5 billion market cap for Dogelon Mars during this bull run, hypothetically, that's still my price target, even though nothing I say is financial advice nor a guarantee. If you're wondering what price it would have at that point, I do showcase it on the screen. But even besides that, why would Dogelon Mars not do good? I mean, if you think about it, it's actually doing amazing stuff. For instance, they have a layer 2 in the works, aka Rufus, which could be so amazing because if you actually take a look at it, it's even been stated that when it comes to, again, Rufus, right? Dogelon Mars' layer 2 chain, it is designed to reduce gas fees and support a GameFi ecosystem, which I think is very fantastic because, as we all know, gaming could be massive in the future. And now, do I think this is going to be the biggest thing ever in history when it comes to blockchain gaming? No, absolutely not. I mean, come on, right? Even though I'm bullish on it, I'm not going to straight up say that. But even besides that point, I still think this is a good step in the right direction because, as the old saying goes, it's the thought that counts. After all, the blockchain gaming market, according to Grandview Research, is predicted to be worth over $300 billion by 2030. So clearly, there is massive potential there. Now, again, I don't think it's going to be the leader, but hey, it's a thought that counts again. And I don't mind because, if anything, it showcases that they're not being complacent, they're not being lazy. I mean, could you imagine this, right? It would be so easy for Dogelon Mars to just chill, not really care, and just become like the majority of other meme coins out there that just hope for hype and don't want to build or improve anything. That would be so easy for them to do that. Can you imagine so many meme coins we see as of right now do well? They have nothing going on for them, really. It's just purely based off hype. But when it comes to Dogelon Mars, they're actually trying to improve, which I actually, have to commend them for that because that's very impressive. It shows that they actually care, and I love that. However, even besides that point, we also have to take into consideration the metaverse that they have in the works as well. This could be massive. You take a look at this, right? Allegedly, they're creating a metaverse that's set on Mars. So yeah, that's a pretty cool theme, I would guess. And also on top of that, by integrating AI to create immersive and interactive virtual experience. I mean, caralho, porra, using AI. This could be massive right here. You have to consider how the AI market is predicted to be worth nearly $2 trillion by 2030, yet again, according to Grandview Research. Now, why do I mention this statistic? It's because I think this, if anything, showcases that people naturally are going to like AI because as a market does grow, hype and attention is naturally going to increase. So I think when people take a look at something like this and they see the AI aspect, right, I think that could very well trigger a lot of, positive sentiment, which is why I really like this. Now, we also have to take a look at the metaverse aspect side of things. Is this going to be the biggest metaverse of all time? No, I don't think so. But still, much like blockchain gaming, what I mentioned earlier on the video, it's a thought that counts because, according to McKinsey, the metaverse could reach up to $5 trillion in value by 2030. And it's not like it's even that far away at this point. We're so close to 2025. Kind of ridiculous to think about. So if you think about it, when it comes to Dogelon Mars, they're doing amazing things that are even beyond several other projects out there that aren't even meme coins, which is kind of crazy to think about. We see so many DeFi projects, NFT projects, gaming projects. They never even do pretty much anything. They just say that, oh yeah, we're focused on this. They never launch anything. They never even announce what they're doing. But then sometimes we see them during a fully fledged bull run, their native token just absolutely skyrocketing. So the way I take a look at it is that even if, let's say, Dogelon Mars doesn't accomplish everything that they want to do in the next 6 months to a year, it doesn't matter, in my opinion, because, again, during a fully fledged bull run, sometimes people just don't care. They just care about the anticipation. They care about what something could be as opposed to what it already is. And again, I'm not necessarily saying that, oh yeah, Dogelon Mars needs to be lazy. I'm not saying that. But still, during a fully fledged bull run, sometimes it just doesn't matter. But even besides that point, Dogelon Mars is still showcasing that they care even beyond a lot of other quote-unquote normal projects out there that aren't even meme coins. Now let's take this into consideration. When it comes to Rufus, allegedly, right, it's based on the Arbitrum stack. And this right here really gets me excited because if you take a look at Arbitrum, I think it's one of the best Ethereum layer 2s out there. Now, why does Ethereum need a layer 2, you may ask? It's because Ethereum has sky-high gas fees. It's arguably not even scalable, so that's complete caca. So there needs to be a way to enjoy that while at the same time not deal with that type of nonsense, and that is, again, through something like an Ethereum layer 2, for instance, Arbitrum. Arbitrum, again, it's one of the biggest out there. For instance, you take a look at ApeCoin. I mean, we all pretty much know ApeCoin, right? If you take a look at their Ape chain, the Ape chain is allegedly an Arbitrum Orbit chain. Could you imagine that? So if you think about it, there's a lot of projects out there that are gravitating towards Arbitrum. So again, when it comes to Rufus, allegedly based on the Arbitrum stack, that right there, I think, is a thumbs up for me. That's clearly the right place to be in. Now, of course, there's other places to be. I'm not saying that it's the only layer 2, but still, it's amazing nonetheless. I like how they didn't go with like some random Kaka layer 2 that no one's ever heard of. You know what I mean? But even besides that point, when I take a look at Dogelon Mars, it's pretty much the complete package. It's listed in a bunch of major exchanges. And I've been saying this throughout the whole time. I've been saying that when it comes to a meme coin with this many holders, with a community this fantastic, with a community this passionate, and yet being listed in over 20 major exchanges, is it going to do bad? No, I don't think so. A lot of people kept telling me, oh, it's going to do trash, all this type of stuff. But I just disagreed. I said, okay, yeah, the price is boring, but it doesn't mean that it's going to stay that way forever. Now, some people may complain that, oh, the price is down like 10% in the past 24 hours. And depending when you watch this video, the price is going to be very volatile, especially in the short term. But who cares? You know, ever since September, Dogelon Mars is still up by quite a lot. So I must say I made a good call. But still, there's a ways to prove itself, because when you take a look at Bitcoin, even though all signs are indicating that it's going to very well reach the price of $100,000 very soon, hypothetically, it hasn't reached that yet, right? So I think the bull run is far from over. I mean, imagine once Bitcoin goes to the price of $150,000 and even beyond, this altcoin season could look so impressive, especially once a lot of people, they start taking profits and they start flowing that into altcoins. It could be amazing. So again, we're seeing meme coins as of right now pump. We're seeing AI projects, but I think eventually, once we see a fully fledged bull run, back like in 2021, where it felt like everything was just pumping, that's when I think things are in fifth gear. But we're not there yet, in my opinion. It's going to take time, but I think around 6 months to a year from right now, it could very well be a different story. But all I got to do is just stay patient. I mean, when you take a look at me talking about, for instance, Dogelon Mars, early 2023, could you imagine that, right? Everyone was trashing me, all this type of stuff. And granted, it took a lot of patience, but what was I doing throughout the whole time? I was dollar cost averaging anytime on income. I was acquiring, holding, and just waiting. That's it. I wasn't day trading. I wasn't using leverage. I wasn't swing trading. So again, I was staying consistent. The amazing thing about dollar cost averaging is that by doing so, if let's say the price dips, I can accumulate more. But if the price pumps, I don't miss out on it because I was holding the entire time anyways. And that's what I'm going to continue to do, because again, I think around 6 months to a year from right now, things could be very different. And in 2021, things looked very impressive given the factors at that time. You take a look at back then, way less institutional investors, way less enterprise adoption, way less crypto owners. Back then, even at the peak of that bull run, there was roughly only around 300 million crypto owners. Now, there's over 600 million, according to Crypto.com research. So this bull run could be very impressive. But again, it's just a waiting game. And it's not like a $5 billion market cap is something crazy or anything like that. I mean, if Dogelon Mars were to reach that, that's just like barely, anything, even compared to like what Shiba Inu and Doge reach at their peak. Keep in mind, Doge at one point reached over $80 billion in market cap. Shiba Inu reached around $40 billion. So it's not insane. Even at a $5 billion market cap, that again is around a 37x from here. Just achieving a glimpse of SHIB and Doge, that's already so amazing. I mean, it's kind of crazy to think about. Dogelon Mars, it doesn't need to be the next Dogecoin. It doesn't need to be the next Shiba Inu. All it needs to be, in my opinion, is a $5 billion market cap, hypothetically, meme coin project, and that right there is already party time. So again, when it comes to Shiba Inu and Dogecoin, they're kind of like dinosaurs. I'd much rather choose something like Dogelon Mars. Now, granted, is Dogelon Mars a micro cap that can do like a 1000x? No, it can't do that. But then I don't mind, because I'm not looking for a 1000x. I'm looking for meme coins and just projects in general that are big enough to the point that the risk doesn't feel too crazy. But then at the same time, it's not a dinosaur, right? Where the room for growth is complete caca, like a Dogecoin or like a Shiba, for instance. Which is why, again, I'm choosing something like Dogelon Mars. I think it's the right pick for me. I've been talking about it for a long time. But again, all I got to be right now is just stay patient. Around 6 months to a year from right now, things could be very different. But again, a $5 billion market cap, especially with all these amazing factors during this bull run, I just don't see why not. And make sure to subscribe if you gained value from this video. I greatly appreciate it. It's been Lee the Captain, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. I'm out. Peace. Bye.